guys, the Black Critic Guy, back with yet another edition of Why I Won't Watch, a segment in which I detail my reasons as to why I don't want to watch a certain movie, anime, TV show, or what have you. And since we're in bullshit month, a month in which I have to watch the worst of the worst animes, and we're only halfway through the month, oh, kill me now. I decided to dedicate another Why I Won't Watch segment to a movie that has been widely considered one of the worst films ever made, that a lot of people either find it really hilarious or just god awful in their first viewing, and a film that I personally never want to see. And that film is Howard the Duck. Now, everybody and their mother has ripped this film apart. From the nostalgia critic to schmoes know, this has been a universally hated film from both audiences and critics alike. And what hurt the most is the fact that this film was produced in the 80s by George Lucas, a man who was riding off of the success of Star Wars, who was on a career high. And what film, what project does he choose to be the follow-up to his hugely successful Star Wars franchise? A film about a duck from another universe that comes to our universe, and he owns like a strip club, and he has receding hairlines, and he smokes and drinks, and oh my god, it was just a train wreck. Seriously, what was going through your mind, Georgie? What made you think like, oh yeah, a movie about a duck coming to our world, that's gonna be a surefire hit. Everybody's gonna love it. Everybody's gonna come and see it. It's gonna be the best movie of the year. Unfortunately for both Georgie and the audience, more or less on the audience, it was not. And it was a huge box office bomb. Now, as bad as this movie is, throughout the years it's been gaining quite the cult following and has joined the ranks of films such as The Room, Birdemic, and any film by Uwe Boll as films that are considered so bad that they're good. They're films that you could put in with a group of friends, just tear the shit out of, have a few laughs, and have a few beers to. And I could kind of see that. But as a film to watch by yourself with nobody around, this is not a film that I would ever sit by myself and willingly say, man, Howard the Duck, today's the day. I just feel like I have to watch that movie. That day will never come. And so here I am to waste a few minutes of your time to explain my reasons as to why I don't want to watch this god-awful piece of shit movie when you could be doing something more productive and meaningful with your day. You're welcome. Now, my first reason as to why I don't want to watch good old Howard the Duck is because of this scene right here. Duck tits. Why? Just why? What was the purpose of this scene? Was it supposed to be funny? Is it supposed to be charming? Is it supposed to be erotic? And keep in mind too, this was a rated PG film. It was a film aimed towards kids. And they decided to put duck tits into the movie. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to see as a kid. Oh man, duck tits. Sign me up. For the sake of my sanity, I need to get this straight. So you're telling me that showing real, all natural, woman boobs is wrong and immoral and damaging to kids? We should never show them any of these images. It's so bad for them. Yet showing duck tits in a PG film marketed to kids is just A-okay. It's not damaging. It won't mentally scar them for life. It's just fine. It's for laughs. It's humorous. Oh, it's fine. I think not. In fact, I would make the argument that showing him duck tits in a film would do more irreparable harm and damage than handing him a Playboy. Hell, at least the Playboy would make him happy, not scared shitless and wondering what the fuck is that on the screen. I'm just baffled that they actually got away with a scene like that. I mean, seriously, nobody complained, nobody found it untasteful, nobody started a petition to remove that scene from the movie. I guess that goes to show you how many people actually saw the movie, to show you that there wasn't any moral outrage for a scene like this. Because if people actually saw it, they probably would have brought up the concern about this right here. My second reason as to why I don't want to watch good old Howard the Duck is the premise. Yeah, it sounds really ridiculous and stupid. I mean, there is a duck that lives in another universe similar to ours, and all of a sudden, he gets transferred to our world, to the United States, and he meets this girl who's part of a band I believe is called Cherry Bomb, and he becomes their manager, and he works at a whorehouse, and he meets a scientist, and then there's this galactic being that's trying to, I don't know, take over the world. I've never seen the movie. I only read the premise, and I heard it from other people. And from what I've heard and from what I've read, the premise sounds really stupid, really campy and cheesy in all the wrong ways, and it just doesn't sound like an adventure that I would want to partake in. My third reason as to why I don't want to watch good old Howard the Duck is actually good old Howard the Duck himself. I mean, he just looks so goofy. And I know he's supposed to look out of place because he's from another universe, so he's not supposed to blend in with us, but oh my god, he just looks terrible. He doesn't look like a character I could get attached to or root for or be like, oh man, yeah, good old Howard the Duck. If this was an animated movie, that might have been a different story. But a live action adaptation of Howard the Duck and putting a guy in a duck suit or animatronics, I don't know what they did with it. It looks ungodly and it looks terrible. And my last reason as to why I don't want to watch good old Howard the Duck is because of his romantic relationship with the female lead. This was another thing that I was very surprised that they were able to get away with. I mean, duck tits was one thing, but bestiality? Oh man, that's just a whole nother level of pure awkwardness. I can only imagine how uncomfortable and awkward all those romantic scenes must have been, where they're kissing, and I heard they actually make out in the film and she starts to undress, and oh my god. And for those who actually had to watch and endure that scene, I mean, my heart goes out to you. You guys were able to do something I could never see myself doing. I probably would have turned the TV off. I would have just pulled out the plug, turned all the power off in the movie theater so I wouldn't have to see another second. I mean, oh. But after all the hateful things I said about Howard the Duck, I will say one good thing about him. His cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy actually surprised me and made me laugh. When he showed up on the screen, I went, no way, that's really him? I was very surprised that Marvel was willing to show the character after the abysmal film starring him. And keep in mind, that was Marvel's first ever feature-length film featuring one of their characters. And they were willing to, bring him back and show him. I was actually surprised by that, and I gave Marvel props for owning up to one of their biggest blunders. And those, ladies and gentlemen, were my reasons as to why I don't want to watch good old Howard the Duck. And I would like to know, have you seen the film? And if you have, what did you think about it? Did you enjoy it? Did you find the campiness really fun and entertaining? Or did you find it really abysmal and you couldn't stand it like almost 99% of the population? And after seeing this video, are you persuaded not to see it, or are you even more interested in seeing it? Comment below and let me know. And until all of these videos come, guys, hit that subscribe button if you're new to my channel. Welcome to the Black Critic Guy. Like this video if you really enjoyed it. And I'm Tony Waller II, the Black Critic Guy. Till then, Peace, YouTube.